Well, there it is. Hi there, this is WTii. Going to be playing the Unexpected Quest Prologue, which features 3 chapters. So, what is the Unexpected Quest? It's an adventure game with strategy and management elements in a medieval fantasy setting, drawing inspiration from classics such as Warcraft 3 and The Settlers. Embark on a quest, well, many quests, and hunt down treasures and manage your resources as you build, battle, cast magic, and brew potions to bring order into the world on the brink of disaster. So this is created by the developer Rionix and published by PQube. So PQube actually reached out to me and asked me to take a look at this. They suggested that if I like it, then I can actually have a full copy of the game when it comes out. So that's about as much of the sponsorship that I've got in regards to this. So I actually like the look of it, so I said, yeah, I'll have a little look, and we're going to play it and find out. Is it going to be worth that full game? We'll see. Moving into... well, let's have a quick look. You got the map, the inventory. So this is going to be for your characters as they gather stuff. Achievements you can collect. And then the main menu pulls you back, where you can change your player so you can have different accounts. But we're going to start off our adventure on chapter 1. Chapter 1, in which our string of bad luck, a storm with pouring rain, and our adventure begin. It was an abnormal storm. We couldn't save the ship. Feels bad. We washed up on the shore, barely alive. We have to find the others. I can't see anything in this blinding storm. Maybe we should wait until morning. No time to waste. Light bonfires along the coast and gather the crew. I'll look for a path to civilization. Don't know why they all sound like they're from Lock, Stock and Two Smoking Barrels, but there you go. So, here we have our quest. The field journal says, search for survivors. Search for survivors. Light bonfires along the coastline to gather your crew in the lighted areas. You can collect more resources, remove debris, and proceed onwards. So the quest description is as follows. It was an abnormal storm. We had been on a long journey for several years and were already on the return voyage carrying an abundance of goods. When just as we reached the shores of our homeland, something strange happened. A storm arose from nowhere. Amidst clear skies, and the ship was dashed against the rocks. Our helmsman performed a miracle and landed the ship on rocks close to the shore. The pouring rain, a thick layer of clouds, and darkness around us, only forest, cliff, and the raging sea. What were we to do? How could we rescue the survivors from our ship's crew? We decided to light bonfires along the coastline to provide warmth for our wounded and allow the others to proceed into the forest to find a path to civilization. The other quest being a path to civilization. Meet the scout at the bridge after you find all of the crew members. We won't last long so close to the shore. We need to find a place where we can warm up and get our bearings. We sent the scout to investigate a light we saw coming from the trees to the northeast. The scout returned to us with good news. He had discovered a small village on the other side of a rapid river. He volunteered to set up camp to help his shipmates while we go ahead to search for remaining members of the crew and clear the way to the village. So my tasks are as follows. Find crew members, 0 out of 5. Meet the scout at the bridge. That'll probably be this guy, right? So here you have your dudes. I'm gonna collect some food. So you have resources of food, materials, gold, and population. And that's as much as I've played up until this point. So we're gonna go on this journey together to find out what the rest of the game has in store. This place is a little dark and scary. Light a bonfire so you can begin work here. Let's hope the fire draws the attention of our lost crew members. Okay. There we go. There's some more crew members. Castaways. What luck, it's an abandoned mill. Restore it to start producing food. We'll need to keep up our strength to track down the remaining crew members. So they take it in turns to go collect stuff and build, and they return to the tent. So the tent workers can bring resources from the surrounding area here rather than returning to the town hall or tavern. Okay. So I'm basically controlling 2 people now. So whenever I give a command, one of them is giving that command. At least. If I give more than one command, then the other dude will jump in as well. And there needs to be a path to the location for them to operate. So we want another tent, right? So we don't have so far to travel. There we go. You need a lockpick to unlock this. Send a worker to open the chest and see what's inside. So I don't have a lockpick at the moment, I assume, since that's in red, but that looks like a lockpick to me. Now I have a lockpick. Gold! It's a strange helmet. So that would be an item for my inventory, I imagine. Which you can see here. A durable helmet made of unknown orange material. And an inscription inside reads, John's private property. Do not touch. Let's light another bonfire. Keep this item in your bag to receive its effect. Those looks like some happy dudes. The scout wants to speak to me. The scout has asked you to follow him to the village. Are you sure you want to complete this chapter? Any items on this field that you have forgotten to pick up will be lost. Let's just come out and pick up some more food then. But other than that, I don't think there's anything else to gather. If not, then we play hard mode. Okay. Attention everyone, we're headed to the village. It's a ghoul! Or a zombie. Nice. I managed to not lose anyone on my first level during the tutorial, so that's pretty good going. So that's chapter 1 done. We have chapter 2, in which the morning greets us with some surprising events in the countryside. Who took him out? That's the real mystery. Unless he's just having a nice snooze. The whole village is fighting them, hammer and tongs. I see. So it's the villagers that took him down. Judging from that screaming, most of the battle has taken place in the south. We'll head there. You stay here and help the villagers. But we don't know how to fight. As it turns out, the entrance of the nearest barracks has collapsed, just when we could have used the help of the local soldiers. More work! Field Journal. Free the village. Save the village residents from the zombie invasion. We reached the village in the early morning. From all around we could hear screaming, growling, and the clank of swords. It was the sound of a prolonged battle between the residents and zombies. Zombies? At this time of year? There's such a crowded area. They must have been looking for fresh brains in the graveyard. What is going on in the world these days? We had no other choice but to help the villagers. The largest battle was taking place in the south of the village, so that's where our brave soldiers headed. We remained in the north to clear debris, treat the wounded, and get the houses in order. We encountered zombies up there too, and had to do something about them. Battle comrades. So remove the debris from the entrance to the barracks to hide the soldiers inside. From the personal diary of the carpenter gun. We've been abandoned. We're all alone in this village teeming with zombies. This is the thanks we get for assembling the whole team together. You have nothing to fear. No one's ever died because of one zombie, they said. Of course they haven't. You have a sword and shield, but all I have is an axe and hammer. Okay, calm down. They may have weapons, but I'm resourceful. Where can I find some assistance? I know, in the barracks. The entrance has collapsed, but judging from all the swearing coming from inside, the local soldiers are still in good health and ready to fight. I just need to swing the old pickaxe and we'll have someone to protect us again. Results of the battle to the south. After you save all the villagers, wait for the swordsman to return from the battle to the south. Speak with him to learn about the crew's next move. We need to take care of the zombies. The grateful villagers will provide warm, hearth, and a hearty dinner and good conversation. The horrors of the shipwreck, the cold of the stormy sea, and the endless dark of the forest. All will be forgotten with just a little more effort. I mean, what trouble could a bunch of zombies cause our ship's battle-seasoned crew? None, right? Unless there's like some boss zombie. So save the residents, clear the barracks, and wait for the swordmen to return. So let's collect some food first of all. Ah. Town Hall. Here you can hire workers and clerics. Any items that couldn't fit in your bag will be located outside this building. So this is a worker. Performs all manner of work, such as building houses and bridges and clearing debris. Cleric. They heal and activate altars. Okay. So let's go see if we can clear the debris. Ah, you need food, I see. To give the energy to your workers to actually clear the debris that's in the way. Okay, so let's speak to Farmer Trevor then. Farmer Brian climbed onto a pile of fruit crates to get away from a zombie. Defeat the zombie so Brian can get back down. We came upon an unexpected scene at the mill. A farmer was standing on a pile of crates of fruit and frantically fighting off a zombie. He was throwing whatever was close at hand at the creature, but fruit is not the best weapon against a brain muncher. He was simply angering his attacker even more. Another farmer was darting about nearby and yelling something, either at the zombie or his friend. We inquired as to what was going on, and the farmer said, "Brian's such a bonehead. When he saw the zombie, he climbed up onto the fruit crates for some reason. I'm trying to attract the zombie's attention so that Brian can get down, but every time the zombie turns towards me, it immediately gets hit in the head with an apple and lunges at the crates again. My voice is already hoarse from yelling at him to stop making the zombie mad, but Brian is so scared that he can't hear me. Please help me, or else I'll feed Brian's brains at the zombie myself." So the reward is 2 small potions, gold, and food. Okay. Click on the zombie to order the freed swordsman to attack. Here's our swordsman. He's charging in. You can see the health bars. Swordsman looks definitely stronger. A victory indeed. Brian is saved. And now we have Farmer Trevor to speak to, with which to gather our reward. I see. So there's gold. Small healing potion, as was mentioned. He's going to make me pick it all up though, isn't he? Click the potion icon to drink a small healing potion and restore health of a soldier. So, he's now healing. So 25% health for all characters. Okay, so the more you have, the more you can benefit, I assume. We're going to need some lumber to build the mill. So, clear the debris, and then gather the lumber behind it. There's another zombie to take care of. So send our swordsman in. So it's almost got like a puzzle element to it, to a degree, where you might have to balance using the correct amount of healing potions to defeat the enemies nearby. So each level is its own contained zone. This guy's going to be super grateful. Yeah, look at that. So grateful he just ran in and didn't do anything for me. But I can nick his stuff. So we've got enough lumber now to start the meal. And I did get a pick lock, didn't I? I believe the first 3 chapters would be regarded as the tutorial, yes. It's the prologue at the moment. You can download this for free on Steam, if you're interested in the game. I'll probably include a link in the video description below. I just like the look of it. It's got like a pleasant feel. Obviously medieval theme is like right up my street. So, can we remove all of the debris now? And activate our barracks? Get some more food actually. The entrance to the barracks has been cleared. Here you can hire swordsmen and other soldiers with gold. So let's produce at least one swordsman. A melee soldier armed with a sword and shield inflicts medium damage, but is well protected against attacks. Tells you their cost. Archer cannot be done this level. And a mage. Alright. Let's get a couple of soldiers. And clear that. So the swordsmen don't seem to like to do the jobs that the workers will do, such as clearing debris and picking up food. But as it involves battle, then your swordsman will definitely jump in. So cleared those two. We need to help this guy clear the debris so the zombies don't get them.
Happy 22 months, handsome.
Yeah, thank you, Salamania. I can have one swordsman per unit I'm attacking, because this guy's not jumping in despite me left clicking, so. Clear the debris. Speak to the swordsman Caden. So I believe we have completed this chapter. Let's have a little quick check. A bit more food, but I don't think we need that because it probably doesn't carry through to the next level. Okay. Look at him, he's so happy. Everyone, retreat! Gather together and head back to the forest. What's happened? We had just finished here. There's an enormous zombie horde coming from the south. We're no match for them. An hour later, the village was seized by the zombie man. Is that guy... What is he doing? Is that the Gundam dance or something? That's a good enough reason to kill the zombie. Right, chapter 1 and 2 have been completed. So now we have chapter 3, in which we're ever closer to the sun while the air around us grows even colder. So here's our inventory, just checking on this. So this is your place to put spare items, I suppose. Unlike potions, totems last for a long time. However, because they require a lot of energy to make, they are much more expensive. Back to the map. Looks like we've made it. We need to look around and decide what to do next. I recognise this place. Vindabor Castle is in these mountains. Huh? I don't want to climb any mountains. What are we even going to do at this castle? We can contact Ember, our home. We need to warn everyone of the danger. It's decided. We're going to Vindabor. Time to climb some mountains. Field Journal. To the mountains. Clear the mountain path to the tunnel. Entrance of Vindabor Castle. Once again we took flight through the forest, running ever further from the sea until we reached the foot of the towering mountains. There, at the edge of a small village, we held council. We were obligated to warn our families and loved ones back in Amber about the danger coming from the south. Luckily, one of our mages, Khadgar, could be a Warcraft reference right there, recognized the area. At the top of the mountains was Vindabor Castle. According to Khadgar, we would likely find help there, and a way to communicate with our families. We began preparing for the ascent, but an unpleasant and worrisome thought started to gnaw at many of our minds. We had sailed for too long, too much time had passed, and much may have changed. Would we find atop these peaks, or simply new dangers? This chapter is larger than a single screen. To move the camera, move your mouse to the edges of the screen. You can also use the arrow keys or the WASD keys on your keyboard. Okay. I see. It is certainly a lot larger. Mostly top down though. So let's begin at the bottom. Enter the Findable Castle Tunnel. So let's gather some resources, shall we? Sawmill produces materials that workers use to construct bridges and buildings. Okay. Clear the... Oh, you need food, of course, to clear that debris. So there's my chest to put any items in. Market. Here you can buy and sell resources. Trade wisely. A percentage of each trade is used as a handling feed. I see, so you're not getting the best odds. Location suitable for construction buildings. Okay, you would need a lot of food on the journey. Click on the construction site and build a mill. So that's a place with which to produce a building. In this case, it suggested that I produce a mill. So we have more food. So this is producing materials over time by the looks of it. Should have enough food to get the resources behind here. Let's see if we can go east. Still need food though. So, can I buy that? Yes, I'm going to buy some food. And now I'm going to try to break onto the east-hand side. You need to build homes to produce more workers. I can imagine this getting quite macro heavy towards the late game, depending on how many settlers you can create, more workers. Because you need to make sure you're constantly picking stuff up as it is produced. You can store items you do not currently need in your chest. Click on the chest and drag items inside to store them. The contents of your chest and bag are saved between missions. A common spell that almost all lumberjacks know and use. All sawmills rapidly produce materials. Well, I definitely want that, right? Oh, I see. So it just makes them instant drop it. Potentially. Let's see. Let's gather that first and then try this one. And see if it instantly drops food again. It does, okay. So it's a quick way to get a burst of resources. You can either drop the potion here, or you can select the chest and then drop it into there, I think. Okay. Let's come up here, clear some debris. You must clear the surrounding area before being able to build. Locations suitable for construction. Okay, well, I thought I did... Ah, there we go, I see. Collect this. Let's take another look at that. So, sawmill, mill, a small house. Let's build a house, I think. The game hasn't told me necessarily to do that, but I'm going to take the initiative and do it. So if you go to the menu, you can actually save the game. So it might be a good time to do that. Load. Change the settings. Leave the chapter. So here's a small house, which means I should be able to get more workers, right? Go for it. Plow on the workers. Get hoarding. Speak to Prospector McKenna. Help the Prospector extract the gold. Gold Rush. Make a steel pickaxe in the forge and mine the gold vein. Along the way, we met McKenna, the prospector. He was trying to he's trying in vain to mine some tough rock with his old pickaxe. He spent all of his savings on a map of the mine, but completely forgot to purchase new equipment. He's prepared to share half of what he mines in exchange for our help. That sounds like a good deal. So let's do that. You can upgrade worker tools as well as soldier ammunition. Okay, so that allows you to deal with more obstacles as well as produce higher quality units. Seems alright to me. I see there's a barracks here, but that's going to need more lumber, so we come down, gather, and then I want to come over to the chest, put more healing potions. I'm not using any healing potions, it's just taking space. I'm going to use this to get more lumber in a moment. And we're going to pick this stuff up as well. Mr. Lumber. There we go. Thank you. Right, there's some resources, so we can produce a barracks now, I think. The house is not quite affordable, unless I go to the marketplace and trade some gold. But let's carry on for now without that. I think I've got enough workers. There's a zombie up here, or an orc, so I'm going to need a soldier to deal with that.
Never trust an elf.
Thank you, Alex. You need a steel pickaxe. You can make one at the forge. Ah, needs quite a lot of gold. So I'm going to have to sell something for that, right? So let's do that. Pop over to the market. Sell some food or something. For some gold, which is just enough to go make steel axe correctly. Let's just double check. Steel pickaxe. There you go. It's building over time. I don't believe there's an option to scroll quicker. I wouldn't mind that. An option to go up and down much faster. But I think the game is more casually paced anyway, so there shouldn't really be a huge rush to feel pressured. Doubling the harvest. Use this in a moment. Collect that. Off you go. So you can't see the effect that you've just enabled, which would be nice as well. You just have to remember that you've done it. At least I can't see it. Hey, he's joining in now. May as well build a small house, because I'm going to need some soldiers, right? So I need the food for that. Treasure chest. Did gather a lockpick. More resources. Wow. Okay, it's raining. Lots of stuff. Let's use the mysterious lumberjack. Someone is secretly delivering wood. Well, at least he's not taking it away. So come down here, collect the bits. Actually, I'll use that now. Let's see what happens. These rings are especially valued by lumberjacks. With such a ring, even a rotten stump turns into excellent building material. Cleared debris leaves behind materials. Yeah, that's good. Skilled lumberjack spell. If cast at the right time, it doubles the resources you've made. All sawmills rapidly produce. So that's twice. Just before it comes out, I suppose. Is partly the reasoning behind that. Let's well, you can continue sort of like building and working if you want. First you must build an archery range to recruit archers. So we'll get a swordsman or two. Come back down, collect resources. Don't think we need to trade anything particularly. If a building was built on a construction site, you can just demolish it and build another in its place. Click on the building to learn more. You want to demolish this? Alright. So, replace it with a mill, a sawmill, a small house. Or a large house. Wow. That seems a little bit wasteful. I guess we don't need food anymore, eh? So really, the next part for me is to work out where to go from here, which I assume would be up here. So clear this, and then I can have one of my soldiers deal with that. I'll probably build a mill again, because otherwise I don't have food supply coming in. Quick, deal with the orc. He's gone back to guarding his treasure. Orc is pretty tough though. I think because I got the first hit, I'm just about going to take him down. But otherwise, that's a little thing to take into account when it comes to upgrading. Is you might want to upgrade before you go fight something, because it can save you a unit and some resources. Let's clear the debris. I want to produce an archery range. Allows you to hire archers at the barracks. Get the tent. So, because I've got that now, I can come into the barracks. But I do need a home. I see. Maybe that's what it was incentivizing when it came into talking about destroying the mill. Yeah, it's getting a bit macro heavy now. I'm not the best macro player in the world. You've got to keep an eye on all the spells you're getting and stuff to use them more efficiently. But if you're playing a single player campaign, it will probably be more calm anyway. And laid back. Aha, a construction site. So this would be perfect for a large house, but you can't do that in this. So I'll settle for a standard house. The sword's edge. Accrue enough gold to sharpen the sword at the forge. A tired apprentice sat on some boxes. When we approached, he waved politely and engaged us in conversation. Did you run into orcs on your journey here? They're unpleasant, aren't they? Well, your enemies will be even deadlier in the mountains. Let me give you a piece of advice. My uncle is a blacksmith, a seasoned craftsman. He can sharpen your swords so that they can pierce any armor. No enemy left standing. His work is expensive, but the quality is worth the cost. The apprentice was correct. Our swords had been dulled over the course of our wanderings. Perhaps we should spend some gold for the sake of our overall safety. Alright, so you want me to upgrade swords, yeah? That was my assumption there. Let's come back, gather some more stuff. I got a lot of lumber, so I might trade that. It's pretty expensive. You only get 55 gold for giving them 100 lumber. And then it costs you 150 gold to get 100 lumber back. So when you do this, you want to make sure you're not overspending, because it's going to be pretty pricey otherwise. I might take healing potion at least out. Use one of those. Maybe a couple of them, because I got so many spare. Because I know my soldiers took some damage. Just go do that again. So I've got a spare one for when they get in combat. In case they come down to like a fight between them and like a bad guy. And a healing potion will make the difference. A ranged soldier armed with a crossbow inflicts serious damage but is poorly protected against attacks. Okay. Sharpen the sword at the forge. That should be done, yes. So that noise was an indication that you've completed a quest. Let's speak to Elder Grummygorn. Build 5 houses. If there are not enough construction sites available, you have to demolish some buildings that you built earlier. As we were preparing to leave the path, an elder stepped in our path. Leave the village, an elder stepped in our path. He looked downright desperate. This is awful. I won't manage without your help. Refugees keep arriving at the village and we have nowhere for them to stay. To top it all off, it's been snowing unseasonably early. I'm worried about people's health. We couldn't just leave him in a situation like that. A group of us went off in search of building materials and the rest helped build temporary dwellings. Only afterward did we continue our journey. So, gold and a shield. I see. So, let's come and collect some more resources. And you want more houses, yeah? Well, this is a construction site. To get over here, though, I think you would need to build a bridge. And there you go. Hover over and you can select a bridge to be built. I was wondering how I was going to do that. yes, it's quite a soothing experience. So I always do sort of enjoy these kind of single player kind of custom campaign vibes, you know? And it's medieval setting. I love dwarves, and a lot of these characters look like dwarves. So we need another house. The music's great as well. I never actually played any Settlers games. Like, I might have played like one as a kid, but never really understood what I was doing. So I never really got into Settlers, but I do come from a Warcraft background. Okay, so let's speak to him. He's blocking the path at the moment. He wants me to build more houses, yeah? So 1, 2, 3, 4. I need one more house. So I think we got maybe enough lumber. So we can destroy the lumber mill. Actually, you can't. Probably because if you destroy that, you might be screwed and not be able to complete the level. So the mill looks like the only one that you can destroy. So let's give that a go again. This poor thing. Build the house. And then he should be happy to let me go through. There we go. Thanks. Let's send a swordsman to go fight this guy. Looks really bad for the swordsman. That's what the healing potion was for. Although I would have a backup militia to deal with that. Orc Raider. A long-range orc soldier that throws knives, inflicting medium damage, has light protection against attacks. Requires 1 archer. I have an archer, so we need a bridge to reach him. Got a lot of gold, actually. Shall we upgrade the archer? Let's do that. And then once I've upgraded the archer, I'll go take care of him. I'll hire a second archer in case the first one fails. Air Shield. This spell was invented by the High Templar tasked to defend his followers. It later spread across the world and underwent many modifications. The cocoon takes all damage for 30 seconds or is destroyed as soon as damage taken reaches 30% of the character's maximum health. So we've got the upgrade on our archer. Let's click on this guy. I think it makes 1 unit fight at a time. Oh, look at that archer. He's kicking ass, man. To Findable Castle. A dark and frightening tunnel that leads up to the mountains. At least it's warmer inside the tunnel than out here. Okay. Let's move on. Be careful. It's dark here. Mind that step and be careful with the Balrog. Balrog. I wouldn't want to go in there if that's what you're saying. Completed. Thank you for playing the Unexpected Quest Prologue to be continued. So they're still working on the game at the moment. I'm not entirely sure when the game is to be released. But that's a little taster for the Unexpected Quest. So you can see on the Steam page, the Unexpected Quest. Release date is sometime in 2020 currently planned. And they've, at this point, working on Chapter 8 and onwards. So I'm not sure entirely how many chapters there's going to be. But it's a small little game that's easy to get into if you're just looking for a little relaxing experience. I really like the vibe of it though. Like, it's super pleasant to play. And I think it's very sort of sharp and tight in terms of the simplicity of the graphics, but they still look beautiful. It's using the Unreal Engine, and like the dialogue that comes up is maybe a bit lengthy in certain places, but the actual text and the aesthetics of you know, the design of the buildings as well as the actual UI is very, very clean. And the FPS is no problem either. It just runs very smoothly. So that's a very pleasant experience for me to play that. So make of that what you will, guys. I thought I'd give it a go. And thank you for watching. Take care.